Number 111, a paper tape 56.2 decimeters long is to be divided into 4 parts such that each part shall be 2.5 centimeters shorter than the next succeeding parts. Find the length of the longest part. Okay? So let X, mag-assign tayo ng X. Yung longest part ang hinahanap, no? So find the length of the longest part. May two ways tayo dito. Pwedeng longest part ang i-assign natin na variable, pwedeng X or pwedeng any variable. Pwede naman yung shortest. So since given dito yung longest, hinahanap yung longest, ilet na lang natin X, ito yung longest. Okay? Let X be the longest part. And alam natin, a paper tape, 56.2 decimeters long. I-divide siya into 4 parts such that each part shall be 2.5 centimeters shorter than the next succeeding parts. So kung X yung longest, ang next sa longest natin, second to the longest, X minus 2.5. Gawin na natin 2.5 kasi yung mga choices natin decimal. So X minus 2.5, ito yung second longest. And then subtract tayo ng another 2.5, dalawang 2.5. So X minus 5, ito yung third longest, X minus 5, ito yung third longest kasi dalawang 2.55. So tapos tatlong 2.5, edi magiging na siyang 2.5 times 3, 7.5. So X minus 7.5, ito na yung fourth or ito na yung shortest. Okay? Shortest. Tapos ang gagawin daw natin, i-add natin itong apat, ang sum nila ay 56.2 decimeters. Okay, so therefore, i-add lang natin ito. Equal daw ito sa 56.2 decimeters. Pag in-add natin itong apat na X, so we have 4X, minus, i-add natin ito, 2.5 plus 7.5. Dahil negative lahat, i-add tapos negative pa rin yan. 2.5 and 7.5, that is 10. Plus 5, we have 15. So we have negative 15 is equal to 56.2 decimeters. Now solve for X. So dapat X ang matira. Tanggalin natin si negative 15. The opposite is positive 15. So positive 15 to both sides. So this will cancel out. This is 0. So therefore, we have 4X is equal to, pag inad natin ito, we have, just bring down the 0.2 and then 6 plus 5, we have 11, carry 1. So we have 151, that is 71.2. Last step, divide both sides by 4. Okay, so gawin lang natin ito manually. So 71.2 divided by 4, we have 1. 1 times 4, we have 4. Subtract, we have 3. Bring down 1. So we have 7. So the answer is letter B, 17.8. So 7 times 4, we have 28. Subtract, we have 3. Bring down the 2. 32 divided by 4. So put the decimal point here. 32 divided by 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. So therefore, the answer is 17.8, letter B. Okay, so next, number 112. Burahin muna natin. Number 112, 27 school children were asked to form 3 groups such that the third group has 2 more members than the first group. And the second group will have 1 members less than the third group. How many members will the first group have? Okay, so hinahanap natin yung first group. So ililet kong variable yung first group. So let X be the number of children in the first group. Okay, so number of children in the first group. Let that be X. And then the total is 27. Okay, 27 school children were asked to form 3 groups such that the third group has 2 more members than the first group. So therefore, ang third group natin ay 2 more members. So 2 more members. So therefore, the expression for the third group is X plus 2. Okay? And then for the second group will have 1 member less than the third group. 1 member less than the third group. So therefore, the equation for the second group is 1 member less than the third group. The third group has X plus 2. So we need to subtract 1. Subtract 1 to X plus 2. So this will be X plus 1. Since 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is the number of second group. And then we are asked to find the number of members of the first group. So we know that the total of all of the group is 27 because there are 27 school children. Okay, so just add this. We have X plus 2, and X plus 1. So the answer to this is X plus X plus X, we have 3X. And then 2 plus 1, we have plus 3. and that is equal to 27. Okay, solve for x. The x is the number of the children in the first group. So just solve for x. So we need to isolate the x. So subtract 3 to both sides. So therefore, this now 0 cancel. 3x is equal to 27 minus 3. We have 24. Finally, divide both sides by 3. Therefore, the number of children in the first group is 24 divided by 3, 8. Letter D. A piece of iron 80 centimeters long is cut into two such that one part exceeds the other by 8 centimeters. Find the length of the longer part. Okay, so mag-assign lang tayo ng variable dito. So alam natin yung piece of iron 80 centimeters long. So tapos ikakat natin siya into two parts. So maglet tayo ng variable para dun sa two parts. Ang hinahanap natin yung longer part. Okay? So yung longer part daw exceeds the other by 8 centimeters. So ibig sabihin ng exceeds, mag-a-add tayo. So maglet muna tayo ng x para dun sa shorter. Okay? So yung x, ito yung shorter part. Tapos, yung longer part exceeds daw the other by 8. So magiging siyang x plus 8 equals, ito yung longer. Ito yung hinahanap natin, longer part. Okay? So ang total nila, alam natin 80 centimeters. So ang magiging equation natin ay x, the shorter part, plus the longer part, x plus 8 equals daw yan sa 80. Okay, solve for x. X plus x, we have 2x, and then just copy plus 8, and then the 80. So isolate natin dapat itong x. So subtract tayo ng 8 to both sides. Subtract 8 to both sides, so magiging 0 na ito. Therefore, we have 2x is equal to 80 minus 8, we have 72. Then divide both sides by 2, makukuha na natin yung value ng x. Tandaan, itong x, ito yung shorter part. 72 divided by 2, that is equal to 36. 36, ito yung shorter part. Ang hinahanap natin, find the length of the longer part. So the longer part is 36 plus 8. Since the longer is x plus 8. So 36 plus 8, that is equal to 44, letter D. Okay, so next number 114. 114, how many strokes do an ordinary clock strikes in a day if it strikes the number of hours every hour? So kakaiba itong clock natin, no? So how many strokes do an ordinary clock strikes in a day if it strikes the number of hours every hour? So ibig sabihin sa 1 AM, ang number of strikes natin, ayan, number of strokes. Sa 1 AM, 1 kasi number of hours daw every hour. So ibig sabihin sa 2 AM, ang number of strokes ay 2. Sa 3 AM, ang number of strokes ay 3. So yun, so ibig sabihin i-add lang natin ito hanggang makarating tayo sa hanggang 12. Pero tandaan natin, ang sabi dito, how many strokes do an ordinary clock strikes in a day? In a day, ibig sabihin 24 hours dapat. Pero yung clock natin hanggang 12 lang, di ba? So ibig sabihin i-add natin hanggang 12 noon. Hanggang 12 noon, edi meron tayong i-add lang natin 1, 2, 3 hanggang makarating tayo sa 11 hanggang 12. Okay, so tapos kailangan nating i-multiply sa 2. So yun yung magiging sagot natin dito. Pwede tayong gumamit ng formula para sa arithmetic series. Paano ba yung formula ng arithmetic series? Ang formula ng arithmetic series, S sub n is equal to n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. A sub 1 is the first term, a sub n is the last term, n is the number of terms. So ibig sabihin na to, ang mangyayari dito, ang n natin ay 12 dahil meron tayong 1 AM hanggang 12 noon. Hanggang 12 noon pa lang yan, ha? Tandaan natin 24 hours. Meron pa tayong another set, 1 PM hanggang ano naman siya, hanggang 12 midnight. So ibig sabihin times 2 lang yung 24 hours. Kasi ang sabi dito, strikes the number of hours every hour. So therefore, substitute natin ang n natin magiging 12 divided by 2. Ang a sub 1 natin, itong 1, plus a sub n natin yung last term, 12. So ito yung first set. First set yan, 1 AM hanggang 12 noon. Yung second set natin, meron pa tayong 1 PM to 12 noon. So ibig sabihin, i-multiply lang natin ito sa 2. O multiply lang natin sa 2. Yung pinakasagot natin dito sa series natin. Okay? So pag minultiply natin sa 2, makakancel na itong 2. So therefore, magkakaroon na lang tayo ng 12 times 1 plus 12, we have 13. Pag minultiply natin, 12 times 13, ang magiging sagot dito ay 156, letter A ang tamang sagot. Number 115, what is the sum of the arithmetic progression having a common difference of 3.5 if the first term is 0.50 and the last term is 25? Okay, so meron tayong direct formula para sa sum ng arithmetic progression. Ang problema dito, hindi natin alam yung number of terms. Kasi ang formula natin para sa sum ay, so sulat lang natin, ang formula para sa sum ng arithmetic progression ay equal sa S sub n equals n over 2 times a sub 1, the first term plus the last term. So sa problem, meron tayong given common difference 3.5, given yung first term 0.50, yan yung a sub 1, and the last term 25. Ang problema, hindi natin alam tong n, yung number of terms. So para malaman natin yung n na number of terms, isosolve muna natin yan. So i-substitute na muna natin. First term ay 0.50, 0.50 or 0.5, pwede ng 0.5 na lang, plus the last term ay 2.5. So i-compute muna natin itong value ng n. So meron tayong n over 2. To get the value of n, gamitin naman natin yung formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Kasi meron tayong given na d. Ang common difference daw natin ay 3.5. So i-substitute natin lahat. Yung d natin ay 3.5. Tapos given yung last term natin, 2.5. Or last term ay, the last term is 25, not 2.5. 25. And then the first term is 0.5. Okay, so we can now solve the value of n. So we subtract 0.5 to both sides. Pag nag-subtract tayo ng 0.5 to both sides, magiging 0 na ito. We have 24.5 is equal to, distribute this, we have 3.5 times n minus 3.5 times 1, we have 3.5. Okay, so add 3.5 to both sides. Add 3.5 to both sides para makancel itong 3.5. 24.5 plus 3.5, that is equal to 28. 28 is equal to 3.5. So masasolve na natin yung value ng n. Divide both sides by 3.5. So parang eksakto ito, no? Okay, cancel ang makakancel itong 3.5. Ang value ng n natin dito, eksakto ito kasi ang dalawang 3.57. Ang dalawang 3.57. Ito 28, no? Yung 28, ang ginawa dito, ratio and proportion lang yung gamitin natin, logic lang. Yung 7, papuntang 28 times 4. Ibig sabihin ito, 2 times 4, magiging sagot dito ay 8. Pag nag-long division tayo, 280 divided by 35, ang magiging sagot dyan ay magiging 8. Okay? Kasi dalawang 3.5 ay magiging 70, tapos yun nga, 4 na 70, kaya 8. Ang magiging n natin ay 8, so i-substitute na natin dito yung n natin na 8. Then, solve na natin ito, 8 divided by 2, that is equal to 4. And then, 0.5 plus 25, we have 25, 25.5. Na kapag minultiply natin, pwedeng i-distribute na lang natin ito. 4 times 25, 100 yon. Tapos, 4 na kalahati, 4 times 0.5, that is 2. So, pag inad natin 100 plus 2, the answer is 102, letter E. Okay? So, ayun, shortcut na lang natin, no? Logic na lang. So, next number, number 116. Jose decides to save amount from his school allowance. During the first month, he saves 25 pesos. Each month thereafter, he saves 5 pesos more than the preceding month. How much will he have saved after the 6th month? Okay, so 6 months. Isulat na natin lahat yung 6 months kasi maunti lang naman. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So medyo maunti kaya pwede na nating isulat lahat. Sa first month daw, nakasave siya ng 25. Okay? Sa second month, each month thereafter, he saves 5 pesos more than the preceding month. So magiging siyang 30. Susunod, 5 ulit, plus 5 ulit. So 35, 40, 45, 50. Dahil maunti, pwede na nating i-add na lang lahat ito. Or pwede pinagpa-partner-partner lang yan using yung formula. 25 plus 50. Pag in-add natin ito, 25 plus 50, that is equal to 75. Tapos itong dalawang dulo, pangalawa sa dulo, 30 and 45, 75 din yan. And then, itong gitna, 35 plus 40, 75 din. So parang yan na yung formula. Meron tayong tatlong pair. So di ba magiging formula natin, S sub n is n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. So yan na yun. Yung a sub 1, 25 and a sub n is 50. Inad natin 75. Tapos yung n natin 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. Ayun, kaya tatlong 75 yung nakuha natin. Pag inad natin ito, the answer is 225, letter C. Okay, so hindi na natin ginamit yung mismong formula kasi maunti lang, 6 lang, kayang-kaya nang i-add. Number 117, basketball team lost 40% of its first 40 games. How many of its remaining 20 games must it win to raise its winning percentage to 65%? Okay, so hinahanap natin dito yung winning percentage to 65%. Pag sinabing winning percentage, ang formula nun ay number of wins, total number of wins over the total games. Okay, so yun yung formula para makuha daw natin yung 65%. So una, isolve muna natin. Basketball team lost 40%. Lost 40% of its first 40 games. So nakabase tayo, ang sinusolve natin yung win. Kung 40%, ito yung lost, ibig sabihin, yung number of percentage ng win natin ay 60%. So 60%, ito yung winning percentage. So 60%, i-multiply natin sa total games, 40 games, 60% times 40, that is equal to, dahil may percent tayo dito, tapos may dalawang zero, shortcut, cancel the percent, cancel the 2 zero, magiging siyang 6 times 4, 24. Okay, so ibig sabihin, sa first 40 games, 24 yung napanalo. 24 wins out of 40. Yung una natin. And then, ang tinatanong, how many of its remaining 20 games must it win to raise its winning percentage to 65%? So para makuha natin yung 65%, gawin natin 65% equal siya dito sa win over total. Ilan yung total natin? Yung una, may 40 games tayo. Tapos pangalawa, may 20 games. So ibig sabihin, over dapat ito sa 40 plus 20, 60. Aalamin natin kung ano tong x. Okay, so ilat lang natin ito na x. So pwedeng mag-ratio and proportion na lang tayo dito. Ang ibig sabihin ng 65% ay 65 over 100. O solve for x na lang tayo dito. So solve for x, i-cross multiply lang natin. So we have 100x. Mag-cancellation lang tayo dito. 100 times x and then 65 times 60. Divide both sides by 100 at mag-cancel na lang tayo. Maka-cancel ang dalawang tigisang 0, cancel. And then 6 at 10, 65 and 10, pwedeng ma-cancel. Divide both by 5. Pag dinivide both by 5, 65 divided by 5, that is equal to 13. And then 10 divided by 5, that is 2. Tapos 6 divided by 2, o divide naman natin sa 2, 6 divided by 2, magiging na itong 3. Then multiply natin yung natira, 13 times 3, we have 39. So ang kailangan natin na total wins ay 39. Pero meron na tayong naunang 24 wins dun sa out of 40. So ilan pa dapat ang mapanalunan dun sa remaining 20 games? So isubtract lang natin ito. 39 minus 24. Kailangan manalo ng 9 minus 4, 5, 3 minus 2, 1. So therefore, the answer is letter D. Kailangan dun sa natitirang 20 games, manalo ng 15. So 5 na lang yung pwede niyang matalo. Okay, so next number 18, parang similar. Ang given lang dito ay yung won naman. Kanina given yung lost. Lost 40% dito. A team has won 60%. Ayan. So won naman tayo. Naka-given yung percentage. A team has won 60% of its 20 games. Pwede na natin isolve muna agad yon. 60% times 20 games. So i-shortcut na natin. Itong percent maka-cancel. Tapos cancel tayo ng tig dalawang 0. Matitira 6 times 2. So 6 times 2, that is equal to 12. So ito yung 12 wins. 12 wins out of the 20 games. And then ang sabi, it has played so far this season. If the team plays a total of 50 games, total daw natin ay 50 games. Total ay 50 games all season and wins 80%. 80% of the remaining games. 80% of the remaining games. How many games will the team win for the entire season? So for the entire season daw, ilan yung mapapanalunan nila for the entire season? So i-analyze natin mabuti. A team has won 60% of the 20 games. Ito na yon. Dun sa 20 games na nauna, ang napanalo nila ay 12. So it has played so far this season. Okay? If the team plays a total of 50, ang total 50 games, may nauna na 20. So if the team plays a total of 50 games all season and wins 80% of the remaining games, yung remaining games natin ay yung 80% lang nung remaining games. Ang remaining games natin ay 30 na lang. Kasi may nauna ng 20 games. 20 games yung nauna, tapos ang overall na total natin, 50 games lang. So ang tinatanong, if the team plays a total of 50 games all season and wins 80% of the remaining games. So remaining games natin 30, i-multiply natin sa 80%. Okay? So i-shortcut natin, cancel ang percent, cancel ang tig dalawang zero. We have 3 times 8 equals 24. So therefore, ang tanong, how many games will the team win for the entire season? May nauna ng 12 wins and then i-add natin itong sumunod na 24 wins, 12 plus 36. The answer is letter D, 36. Okay, so hindi pala natin kailangan yung percent ng overall kagaya ng 117. Number 119, a fence is to be built on posts 8 meters apart around a rectangular lot that measures 40 meters long and 16 meters wide. How many posts are needed, including the ones placed at each corner of fence, each corner to fence the entire lot? So para sagutan ng problem na ito, kailangan lang nating i-drawing para ma-visualize natin. Okay? So i-drawing natin. So yung a fence is to be built on a post 8 meters apart around a rectangular lot. O mag-drawing tayo ng rectangle. So rectangular lot, ang dimension daw ng rectangular lot natin 40 meters long and 16 meters wide. So dito ko ilagay yung 40, yung length, tapos dito naman yung 16. Okay? Ang sabi, how many posts are needed including the ones placed at each corner? So may mga poste dito sa each corner. So ang gagawin natin dito, ibilangin lang natin. Ang sabi 8 meters apart. So pag binilang natin, magsimula tayo dito sa first corner, dito yung una. Tapos 8 meters apart, edi i-divide lang natin. 40 divided by 8 equals 5. So yung susunod dito, magiging ito yung parang 0, tas ito yung pang 8, susunod sa pang 16, susunod pang 24, susunod 24 plus 8, we have 32, tapos ito yung pang 40. So ibig sabihin, ilan lahat yung total? Dito sa unang length, sa length natin dito, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So meron ng 6 dito sa taas. Siyempre dito sa baba, ganun din. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 din. Tapos 8 ang pagitan dito. So may poste tayo dito sa dalawang corner. Tapos ito 16. So mangyari dito 0, 8, 16. Meron na tayong nakapwesto dito. So meron na lang isa dito sa gitna. Isa dito sa gitna, isa dito sa gitna ulit. So base sa drawing natin, pag binilang natin, 6 sa taas, 6 sa baba, tapos may tigisa dito sa gitna. Ang total niyan ay 6 plus 6, 12, 13, 14. So therefore, letter B ang tamang sagot. 14 pag binilang lang natin. Okay? So next, number 120. Number 120, so burahin muna natin para makapag-drawing tayo ng panibago. How many tiles are needed to cover the floor of a room whose dimensions are 10 feet by 6 feet if the size of each tile is 6 inches by 6 inches? Baka malito kayo dito kasi yung units magkaiba ha. 10 feet by 6 feet. O drawing ulit tayo ng rectangle. 10 feet by 6 feet. So ito yung 10 feet dito ito yung 10 feet natin. Tapos ito yung 6 feet. Tapos how many tiles are needed? Ang tiles daw natin 6 inches by 6 inches. So tandaan na inches. Kailangan i-convert natin sa parehas. I-convert natin itong 10 feet tsaka 6 feet sa inches. Ano ba ang conversion? Di ba ang 1 foot? Ang 1 foot ay equal sa 12 inches. So i-convert natin sa inches parehas para magkaparehas yung dimension. Kung 10 feet ito sa inches, ito ay 120. So, magiging 10 times 12, 120 inches na ito. 120 inches. Ito namang 6. 6 times 12, ito ay magiging 72. 72 inches. So, ngayon, yung square tiles natin ay 6 inches by 6 inches. So, eksakto naman, divisible yung 120 tsaka 72 sa 6 inches. So, ilang 6 inches ang meron dito? Itong 72 inches, ilan to? Merong 12 dito, no? So, pag in-square natin lahat yan, bibilangin lang natin. Or para malaman natin kung ilang 6 inches by 6 inches, kunin lang natin yung area netong rectangle, tapos i-divide natin sa area netong tiles 6 by 6. So, ang area nito ay 6 by 6, area ng tiles. Area ng tiles ay 6 times 6 equals 36. Ang area naman ng rectangle natin ay equal sa 72 times 120. So, pag minultiply natin, tapos i-divide natin sa 36, pwede pala wag na nating i-multiply. Kasi binibilang lang naman natin how many tiles, i-divide na natin ito para maiwasan. So yung number of tiles natin, number of tiles needed ay area ng rectangle 72 times 120, i-divide lang natin sa 6 by 6 or 36 yon. Pwede itong 6 by 6 na lang para madaling i-lowest term. 72 divided by 6 kasi eksakto na to 12. Tapos yung 120 divided by 6, 12 divided by 6, that is 2. 2 lang yun, ano? May 0, so magiging 20. O, di mas madali na siya. Magiging na lang siyang 12 times 20. So pag minultiply natin, 12 times 2, that is equal to 24. May 0 pa, kaya magiging 240. So letter D ang tamang sagot, 240 tiles ang kailangan para ma-tiles yung dimension natin na yung rectangular floor natin na 10 feet by 6 feet. Sa mga naghahanap po ng murang civil service exam review, ito po yung offer ko sa inyo. 99 pesos lang po, all in na po ito. Meron tayong 500 slots na available. Ito po yung mga inclusion niya, 10 days math and logic tutorial via Zoom. Online po ito ha. So ang schedule nitong 10 days, ito po. Ayan, math and logic. 7 to 9 p.m. po lahat ito, MWF po ito. So July 6, integers, PEMDAS, GCF, and LCM. July 8, fractions and decimals. July 10, law of exponents and radicals and unit conversion. July 13, number series and number analogy. July 15, basic algebra. July 17, percentage, ratio, and proportion. July 20, word problems. July 22, data interpretation. July 24, logical reasoning. And July 27, abstract reasoning. So, madadaanan po natin lahat ng mga math and logic. Meron din tayong Google Forms reviewer sa ibang subjects, kagaya ng verbal ability, analytical ability, general info. Marami rin tayong mga 150 item na mock test. Then may only replay din po tayo ng past session. Ito pong mga Zoom meetings natin, recorded po yan sa exclusive na FB group natin. So ano pong inaantay nyo, mag-message lang po kayo sa akin dito sa aking FB RJ Enseñado.